Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy. And the musicians tonight have been wonderful. The weird thing about a bass solo is you're never quite sure when it's going to end. So, you're kind of like anticipating something, and yet... So before I left the apartment tonight, it was many hours ago, I don't know, I had CNN on or MSNBC. Anyway, there's this commercial with Tom Selleck, and he's standing like, it's like real serious. He's like looking like out some window, and there's like a brick wall and a fireplace, and he goes, "I know what you're thinking. I thought the same thing. What is a reverse mortgage?" And I'm asking myself, does anybody think that Tom Selleck ever thought about a fucking reverse mortgage? He's just a fucking shill for some company. And I'm thinking, you're Tom Selleck, man. You did Magnum for a decade. You're on Blue Bloods, which I didn't even fucking watch, but I know that it's a popular CBS show. How much fucking money do you need? How much motherfucking cash do you gotta have to feel secure? I mean, really, if Tom Selleck, and I don't think he's ever done coke, because he's like some uptight, Detroit fucking guy, but even if you had Peruvian coke delivered to your door by a Peruvian dominatrix on a daily basis, you couldn't fucking run out of money if you were Tom Selleck. There's no punchline there. And guys with money, man, see, that's one thing I was never taught about, was the money. There's a lot of things I wasn't taught about. Like Trump is always so fucking proud of how much, well, actually in his case, he might not be getting a woman like Melania letting him touch her. How much money do you have to have in the prenup to let Donald Trump take his fucking clothes off and touch you in any way? How much money has to be signed away, into fucking Bahamian accounts? Do you realize, I mean, it's not going to happen, hopefully, but it's a shame because this is the closest we've ever come to having Zsa Zsa Gabor in the White House. Wow, I've been here 3 hours. I never saw, if I knew they had espresso, I shouldn't have got here at the beginning of the show, man. So I'm not like, I'm not like one of these guys that sit in the bullpen for like 2 hours and watch everybody else. It's just too much time to think about how it's all going to go fucking wrong. See, look at this. I mean, when she walks out on you, that's a tough moment. I thought that was like the hip, Lower East Side chick took the fucking train out. I drove her away.
Just want some more espresso.
What's that? I could use some espresso myself. So, another tell as to how great you're doing is when you hear the conversation at the coffee bar. Exactly, word for word. Usually it's just a fucking murmur, but you can actually pick out phrases. Bruce, you did a hell of a job as Trump tonight, man.
Thanks, Dan.
Sagar. I don't need nothing, man. I got Pellegrino, fucking alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in 6 years. I wasn't really looking for your applause. I wish I quit drinking 26 years ago. I probably wouldn't be here tonight in Las Vegas, banging a Melania look-alike. Opening for like, I don't know, some Lola Falana tribute band or something. I got a ride tonight, man. I got fucking, like, I'm getting old, man. This is really getting serious. You know how old I'm getting? So I actually wore a fucking suit to this gig. How insecure, how fucking, like, you know, needy was I tonight? Like, they'll like me better if I wear a suit. Maybe they won't know how fat I am. And how scared I am of them. How much I want their fucking acceptance. So, yeah.
You got it. So passionate.
I just want to be loved. It is so great to be here, man. Randy, is this where you can do your magic? Right here in this building?
Yeah, third floor.
Third floor.
Yeah. Card tricks.
I've been listening to the show every Tuesday, man. It is great. I mean, really, it's hard to believe that like, eloquent, easygoing guy that you are every Tuesday is the same neurotic fuck I've known for 35 fucking years. It's kind of hard to believe. And he's like, we got Craig Murray from the United Kingdom here. And I'm thinking, wait a second, is this the same guy who were fighting over the last line of blow in some fucking sublet on East 6th Street back in '83? It's the same guy, man. I got Fergie Jenkins from former Hall of Fame. Like, just the same guy, blackout drunk, you fat motherfucker! The magic of show business, man. BAI is great, and I gotta tell you something, and I'm not actually saying this to be funny, I'm actually curious. Every Thursday night at midnight, I don't care what I'm doing, man, I put on BAI just to hear Bob Fass's voice, man. Thursday night, midnight. And let's face it, over the last number of years, Bob's health hasn't been what it could be. He's getting a little older. But I'm actually serious. Like a week ago, I heard him, he's like, this is Bob. And he's got his guys, Bill Prop and another guy calling in. He goes, I can only last till like 1:30. So I was like, all right, I'm hanging in till this guy, because it's like, you know, there's going to come a Thursday night, hopefully not for a while. And then last week I turned it on, and I'm dying to find out what happened. Bob came on and went, all right, Bob, that's all I've got. And he split. He split it like 12:05, man. And I was like, wow. And then this guy, what's his name, Max with the deep voice? So, because the other two fucking guys, they couldn't fill 3 minutes, much less 3 hours, man. So the guy went, did Bob just leave? Let's put on that Gary Knoll fucking, yeah, I'm sure Gary Knoll helps a lot of people. But what a prissy little fucking cunt of a man he really is. I mean, I'm sure that he really cares about people. I'm sure he raises a ton of money for BAI. It's great. But there's just some prissy little... I tried to tell people, if you're not getting enough greens, it's like, all right, don't throw it in my fucking face, man. Don't throw it in my face, man. You think this is scripted? This is some well-planned little act that I've been holed up in my fucking apartment for the last 6 months, praying for a reason to get the fuck out. And this was it. 6 fucking months, and this broad walks out on me. This ex-hippie broad from 1974 walks on me. It's like she knew something about me, you know? She knew something dirty about me, you know? Before she even heard my act, she was like, it's like Lena Dunham's mother. I don't even know what that means. So don't even you try and figure out what the fuck it means, because I don't know myself, man. So like 6 months ago, me and Randy were, I guess we did this gig last winter, right? We had like a weekly thing. And then we had also done like some work down at St. Mark's, famous Theater 80, St. Mark's Bar. So we were down at Theater 80 one night, and I said to myself, this is absolutely true. I said, you know, this is all great. You know, gigging with Randy and our friends here, Rhonda, Barry, you know. But like, I gotta get back to really doing stand-up. I gotta really see what I got. And I remember the night, it was the last night we did St. Mark's, man. And I get back, I live on 43rd Street. And I get back to my apartment and I go, you know, that's it, man. I gotta find it in me one more fucking time to put it on the line and see what's happening. And as I was saying that, I'm not making this up, blood started spurting from my leg, filling the kitchen floor. The woman I live with, Marisa, was calling 911, and I just hear her going, should we change the towel? And I'm like, this isn't the comeback that I actually did. So literally, man, for like 6 months, I've had like my leg, I got this like soft cast that I have to wear until a nurse comes and changes it, or I go to a vascular clinic. And I realize I'm 60, and I'm fat, and I still smoke. And I realize Bob Fass is going to be laughing at my fucking, You know, the weird thing is you go to the doctor, right? And you're there, you don't really feel that great, knowing what's happening. And this young doctor, he's like half my age, right? He's the vascular surgeon. He comes in and he goes, Mr. Vitale, I gotta just ask you, have you ever thought about dropping some weight? And I'm like, have I ever thought about dropping, I don't know, every waking fucking moment? Fuck, what do you think, this was like some game plan that I had? Because I don't think anybody here remember, Randy, back in the 80s, I was a handsome motherfucker, man, wasn't I?
You look good, man. You still have.
Oh, I said that, I love you, man, thank you. Alexandra! But no, I was great, man. I was like, dang, I had that like kind of Travolta, Saturday Night Fever, De Niro, Mean Streets kind of look, you know? Like, I could pick up a stripper and yet have her hold me as I sobbed uncontrollably, like Dawn when the coke ran out, and still get laid. You know what I mean? Like, that was the fucking, I had it going, man. Listen, you want to go back to my place?
Oh.
No, I got some more back. Yeah. What's your name, Bambi? Come on, that's your stage name, right? I thought I was like Lenny Bruce, and they were all Honey Bruce. So like Dawn, and the mascara was dripping. Coke, you like fucking licking the mirror. Let me call Randy. He might know somebody.
Walter.
Walter. Oh my God. You remember that guy? There was a guy at the bitter end back in 1982. He was like a drummer or something. And we would like, it'd be like 2 a.m. and there'd be no other hope except Walter. So, don't worry, guys. I think this guy would like grind up like Sweet and Low, and like fucking, you know, throw in some baby powder. And we were so jacked up, you know, like that was like, yeah, it's a little weaker than it's usually been. It's all, you know what, it's all smoke and fucking mirrors, man. By the way, can I just tell you guys something? If you guys want to fucking start with me, I can take out about a third of this room. Because you know what, I've played some bad gigs. I gotta be honest with you. A bunch of like WBAI lefties, I can fucking take it. I can take it a fucking fight, man. And why would I want to? They're lovely people. Just kidding with you, man. A little character I'm doing. Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
You realize that Bernie Sanders was the best lefty Jew out of Brooklyn since Sandy Koufax? And I can say lefty Jew because I'm Italian, which makes me half Jewish, right? I actually, really, I gotta tell you, the day that Bernie Sanders dropped out, I couldn't give a fuck less. I don't care who you vote for, who you don't vote for. To me, Hillary and Mr. Trump are symptoms of the same fucking disease. I would vote for Tom Selleck before I voted for, because at least he's up front, but I'm a money-grubbing fucking whore lover. I don't know where the whore lover part came in. I just felt I had to be emphatic, Richie. What are the chances that another guy on the gig has the same last name, and we both live, like literally, we live in the same building, man. And you have a brother whose name is Danny.
Yeah.
That's fucking bizarre. A lot of bizarre things. What are the chances of this? It's 1983. Lorne Michaels is looking at Brandon Tartikoff, the president of NBC Entertainment, going, well, I think Vitale is going to be the next fucking breakout star. And that 23 fucking years later, I'm here getting walked out by this. I'm sure she just had to go. I'm just having fun.
He's outside.
Those are usually like, I never really was like, I guess it was like the Italian thing or something. Like, I never got like comedy groupies. Like, they were sort of afraid of me. They kind of like, no, even at like my best, when things were at their, I had like a holding deal with NBC, man, for like 6 months. I never got like the, the A-list Wilhelmina models. There was some chick with like one eye looking at you, one eye casing the joint. I kind of like what you had to say, even though you're very angry. I kind of like your anger. I gotta tell you something. I haven't had a drink for well over 6 years, and I don't miss it. I don't even think about it. Beer wasn't my thing, man. It took too long. It took way too long to get there, man. Thanks for dropping in. We were ready to close up. I hope you brought coffee for everybody. So, we're putting a final. Can I ask you? You've been here for 2 hours. What are you doing, man? You're making me a little nervous, man. A little CIA move over here. Because, trust me, look around. We don't need that much soundboard. I played bass for 5 minutes. Richie played off key with Rafi for 10 minutes. What the fuck is the big sound? Oh, that sound. Well, we need roadies. Get the fucking roadies in here. You're doing great. Have you ever thought about dropping a few pounds? Got some real celebrities here tonight. Some real winners. Mr. Burl Ives is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Burl Ives. That's a reference everybody will get. It's all muscle. That's the difference between me and him. Fucking muscle. So, as I guess Randy said, we want to put the election to rest. And I'm going to miss some of it. I'm going to miss. Yeah, fucking deal. I got my soundboard guy. I got roadies. I don't fucking, wow, I dropped the mic, man. I'm fucking nervous for me. I got fucking people, man. I travel without people. I got Bruce Agar over here. I got this guy.
Nice save.
I'm gonna call him Slim. He's got that kind of 70s independent film look. It's like kind of Cleopatra Jones meets Denny. I used to have like punchlines. I'd be able to like start something and pay it off. I don't even care anymore. Are we live streaming tonight?
We're being taped though, here.
Are we live streaming to the 3 fucking people that still give a shit? That's Tony Bates.
Yeah.
I was listening to you the other day with Randy, man. You were great on the pitch. You did great, man. That was a great show the other day. When you were talking about Comfort dancing with the Indians. Ah. No punchline there. I'm just pointing out. Good work. It's really great, man, that Randy's on the radio every week. And like drive time. Yeah. I mean, that fucking 6 a.m. slot. Who the fuck was crawling out of a hole to listen to that? No, it's a good slot. You get the people coming out of after hours. They'll want to hear. They'll want to hear that Pete Barbuti interview. The Vegas lounge guy for 30 years. Yeah, the 6 a.m. What the fuck? But they had to do that to you. Just to see what you were made of, man. And you showed them. You fucking showed them, man.
With the Rikers, the sing.
Yeah. Have you ever actually, see, I've been locked up. Have you ever actually been locked up? Yes, you have.
7 times in the last 3 years.
Yeah, but you know what? Seriously, you know, I'm not pulling rank
When was the
on
last
you.
time you were arrested?
Felony or misdemeanor? How many times I had a fucking, like, meaty Irish cop's hand go, watch your head getting in! Oh, what a sickening feeling, man. Cuffs that you're not paying some woman in fishnets. I mean, actually, yeah, it's funny. Like, there's guys who have little fantasies, you know. Hey, put some cuffs on me and then slap me and call me your bitch. And it's all fun and games until there's some fucking guy putting fucking cuffs on you. When somebody's handing you a bologna and cheese on white. You know what's scary about like holding his head? The guy comes around with the bologna and cheese sandwiches, and there's other guys who are getting excited about it. Yo, man, you gonna eat your sandwich? I think I am going to eat my sandwich. Because I don't know when the fuck I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I would drink and I would do like really fucking stupid shit. Like I would pick fights. I lived in Park Slope. This is true story. I lived in Park Slope for like a year, 25 years ago. And one day I was walking down, which is the street leading up to the subway? Is it 7th Avenue?
8th Avenue.
I lived on Carroll Street. So whatever the street was, walking to the subway, I'm in literally, I guess I wasn't in blackout drunk because I vaguely remember some of it. A guy was looking at me through his window, and I convinced myself that he was fucking with me. So, it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. I went over and I kicked his fucking window in. And then I walked away like I was going to get on the subway. Another day and, you know, and these two plainclothes cops come rolling up. Okay, that's it. So they cuff me. So now, of course, like they take me to like the local precinct. They cuff you. Now you're gonna have to start going through the system. So you get the one phone call. So I'm calling like they were all ex-girlfriends. Even when they were girlfriends, they were all like ex-girlfriends. You know? I'm not bailing you out again. You know, that's. So I finally got out after like it was like the hottest fucking day in the summer, man. And I remember like they took you in a van to the Brooklyn House of Detention, and like it was like body to body guys, and now they like did like a drug fucking like, you know, snare, like a roundup. So now it's like you cuffed in this van with no air, everybody's detoxing. Finally, like 2 days later, I get out on my own reconnaissance, and I come walking out. Not all cops are bad. I know that a lot of you guys in politics think all cops are bad, but, and probably a lot of them are. But I come out, man, and I still, I had like some cash. Come out, and I remember like, I see this Korean deli across the street, and I go, all I want to do is get a 40 ounce and fucking gun it, and get as drunk as I can again, to forget that this nightmare is happening. And as I go to walk into the deli, same 2 cops that arrested me. True story, pull up, and the guy goes, Danny, you don't want to do this. I went, no, I really do want to do this. I went, get in, let me drive you home. So I don't miss those days at all. I don't miss hanging out with Warren Michaels or Ponzi's. I don't miss any of it. Anyway, listen. Hey, dude, we all saw the jacket, all right? We're impressed. He's been walking back and forth like he's in his own existential play. A new version of Waiting for Godot. He's a guy who walks through a comedy show at a cafe, waiting for fucking Godot to show up. What's that? Godot, man. Everybody, you know, when people want to make like a reference to like some serious, oh, it's kind of like Waiting for Godot. How many of you have actually ever sat through Waiting for Godot? There's a lot of waiting. Waiting for Samuel Beckett. I kind of feel like a Samuel Beckettian character at times. Waiting for the go. Hey, Ray, you passed the hat yet?
I gotta pay the band to get home.
All right. Anyway, listen, you guys, seriously, I had a lot of material. It wouldn't have been as good as just talking to you, so I'm glad that I got a chance just to get out here and talk to you. And I hope you all get home safe. I think there's a lot more. We have more music, we have more rain. Remember Billy. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss you guys the way I miss Marco Rubio. Ted Cruz, I'm going to miss you. Ted Cruz is the guy. I got to admit, I'm really like going to miss these guys, man. Like we're fucking. Ted Cruz would come out, no matter what the result was, he'd always come out and go, God bless the state of God, you fucking creep. You know the one I'm really going to miss? And I'll tell you what, I'm not making this up. She wasn't even running this past us. Michelle Bachmann. That crazy-eyed fucking look, man. She reminded me of a girlfriend I had. Those crazy fucking eyes. Like, you know she's nuts, but you're gonna have the wildest sex you ever had. And man, it's all gonna turn bad, but it's gonna be just crazy. You know? I miss that, man. She's just a crazy guy. My girlfriend, she was a cutter. Oh, the fucking drama, man. It's like this, like you're talking about waiting for Godot. It was like this, like 3-act play that had to play out every night. You know, we have like wild sex. Then we light cigarettes. Then she'd go in the bathroom, and then she wasn't coming out, and I had to go break the door down. And I remember at the time I'd call my friends and go, man, I'm in this thing, I can't. I haven't gotten away in so long. I would sign back up for that. Sign right back up. That's the thing about getting older and not having a lot of sex. It's like suddenly everything that was a nightmare suddenly wasn't that bad. Anyway, I hope we get to do this more after Randy.
Vitale. 33 years. This is water. Don't take the beer. Don't take the beer. That's my espresso.